Welcome back, Spurs fans, to the Scott Hepler Football Channel. Today we're going to be going through our predicted ponderings for the Aston Villa Tottenham game coming up on Sunday, where we're going to talk about the lineup. I'm going to talk about what I think Jose's going to throw out there, and then I'm going to throw in some caveats of what I think. So we're just going to jump right into it. Big game, determining what we really do going forward in this season. We're going to start off in goal with Lloris. He can't not put Lloris in there. You got to have best player at every position in this match because we need the 3 points to fight for that fifth spot. Out on left outside back, we're going to go with Reguilon. I think Reguilon's going to be in there. In the center back position, we're going to have Toby. Didn't play at Zagreb, so Toby's going to be in there. I don't think he's learned his lesson. He continues to put Sanchez out there. I think Sanchez is going to be backed by Toby again. Personally, I would love to see Rodin in there. I feel like he provides a higher IQ, football IQ, than Sanchez, and his ability in the air is much better, I think. And he's he plays stronger than Sanchez does. So I'd like to see Rodin in there myself, but I think he's going to stick with Sanchez. He's kind of made his bed with him, and he's going to stick with him. And Sanchez does play better with Toby. It's just been proven over the past couple of weeks. Paired with Toby, he does play better, but it does not eliminate the errors that he continues to make. Just because they don't cost us and cost us in goals for the other team does not mean that he does not continuously make errors, even with partnered with Toby. Out on the right side, I honestly don't have a clue what Jose's going to do. Aurier was terrible. Doherty's been terrible. He's going to have to pick someone. We could go with, the young kid. Is it Levine or Levine or something like that? He might bring him in, but I'd like to see Japhet Tanganga out there. He's had some experience. He's played well in some matches in the Premier League, like against teams such as Man City, and he provides, while not as much going forward, he will be a stable position for us on the defense on that outside wing, and we can get our forward movement through Reguilon up on the out on the left wing from the back. Now, in the pivot, no matter how badly they've played recently or in this past week, Højbjerg and Ndombele are going to be in there. They have to be in there because there's really no options. We saw what a Sissoko Winks pivot did to us in Zagreb. Can't have that, especially against a team with a solid midfield. Aston Villa would be considered to have a pretty solid midfield. We've got to have that. We've got to have a good core midfield to counter theirs and negate what they could do against a weaker midfield of ours. So you're going to have Højbjerg and Ndombele in the pivot. Out on the left, I don't know. I fear that he may play Son if Son's 75, 85%. I just think he might. And if he does, then that puts Mora in the middle. But I think out on the left, he's going to probably end up going with Bergwijn or Mora. And that's because in the middle, it's in the cam position. It depends on who he puts there. If he puts Mora in the cam and doesn't play on, it's going to be Bergwijn out on the left. If he puts Lo Celso to start in the middle, knowing that he probably can't go but 50, 60 minutes at most, 45 to 60 minutes, Moore is going to be out on the left, and he can bring Bergwijn off the bench and put him out on the left, move Moore in the middle if Lo Celso needs to come off. Remember, Lamella's not available for this match due to suspension. So, and then also if he brings up one of the young guys like a Scarlett or someone, maybe they get put out on the wing and Moore's in the middle. But the only reason Moore's going to be out on the wing is because Lo Celso starts. Otherwise, I think Mora's in the cam position again. And then Bergvine or maybe Scarlett or someone, whoever he wants out there, can be out on the wing. On the right, I mean, you got to kind of go with Bell at this point. You know what he is. If you go with Bell, then you know that whoever's in the pivot has to assist on that right side because Bell's not getting back. He had done it for some matches, but he's not done it the last 2 matches with any effectiveness or desire at all. So if you put Bell out there so we can go out and grab hold of this match early, you know you're vulnerable on that right side. And that just means that whoever's in the pivot's going to have to really pay attention and support that side. Or if nothing else, whoever that right center back can push out a little bit more, and then one of the pivot guys can slide down into the middle and in between the 2 center backs. But I think Bell's going to be there. You got to go grab this game. I mean, too many times Jose's gone and talked in his press conferences about how every match is important, but then he puts out a lineup that doesn't purport to that. He's got, in the times that he's put out a strong lineup early and we've gotten out on the front foot is when we've had our most success. Hopefully he realizes that. I think Bell's going to be there, although he could be very irritated with Bell at this point, and it's maybe Lamela out on the right and Bergvine on the left and Lo Celso in the middle. But that does limit our options coming off the bench. And we've already seen that Bell he's not a great super sub, because usually when Mourinho brings him on, it's because we're 2 or 3 goals down. It's not, well, we're 1 goal, we need to get 1 goal back or something like that. It's after the match is pretty far out of reach, he tries to bring Bell on. He just doesn't manage that very well, at least in my opinion. So having Bell out there early is going to be the key. Regardless of how irritated he is, he's his best option at the right outside. So I think he's going to go there unless he's just so irritated with Bale that he's saying, you know what, you're done at this point. And then up top, we're going to play Harry Kane, regardless of how overworked he is for the past 3-4 weeks, how little rest he's gotten. Who else are you going to put up there? Vinicius, while he won't be tired, he does not have the same abilities as Kane. He's proven in the Premier League that he's not strong enough to carry the team for 90 minutes up front. So I don't, and knowing that all this is also knowing that the international break's coming up. We're not going to have any matches midweek going forward. So he's probably thinking, I got to throw everyone out there that's my strongest team, my best players, regardless of the fatigue factor. And also my job's on the line. So I think this is where we're going to be going into this match. Wouldn't mind seeing a few of the young players get some opportunities, at least on the bench, to come off the bench. Put that young right back. I cannot think of his name. It's like Levine or something like that. But put him either on the bench. So, if you have Jaffet or Doherty or Serge in there and they're not doing the job, you got some replacements for them. To me, at this point, Aurier and Doherty are just not even options after the way they played the last couple weeks. I don't care what Jose says about Doherty being immaculate a couple weeks ago. That was a falsity. Doherty has not been immaculate in any match this season. So let me know what you all think. Let me know what your thoughts are, because this is a very fluid lineup that could happen. There's a lot of perspective options, but let me know what you all think. Hit the like button. Put your comments down below, and if you haven't subscribed, let's build a nice channel here where we can have a community of people that engage and debate respectfully and have thought that's put into it. And it's not all emotion. I mean, we all get emotional with this team. We love them. We want them to do well, but just throwing emotion into the churn to see what kind of reactions come out doesn't do anything productive, because the thoughtfulness actually creates solutions, corrective actions, things like that. And whether we think they listen to the media and people out in the public or not, they can't not help it. They're all on social media. They hear things, they see things. So if there's anything that's said by anybody that helps them see things in a different light and maybe rethink some things, that's a positive in my opinion. So let's have some of that good, thoughtful debate here and conversation. But hit that like button, subscribe, comment, and come on, Big Blue, let's go get a win on Sunday.